Welcome to the Final Hour Podcast, coming to you from the original Living Word Christian Center out of Minneapolis, Minnesota. My name is Jim Hammond.
I'm Linnea Farrell.
I'm John Gapp.
And Jerry is at youth camp, helping out up there.
So is Hannah.
Yes.
Aw, good for those people.
Those kids.
How fun.
We'd love to please ask you to subscribe on YouTube. You just hit subscribe. If you're looking at us on Rumble, it's the follow button. Spotify, hit the plus sign. Apple Podcasts, hit plus follow, please. Facebook, you have to hit the like button. John did have 2 more fans come out of the anonymous woods.
Technically, one of them was like 3 fans because
Stay in the shadows.
they want to be called the Mini 3.
The Mini 3? Oh.
Yeah, they're copying the
Scotty
Wisconsin.
3.
They're copying
Scotty
them.
Who the Scotty 3
How's that
don't
make
like
you
to-
feel, Scotty 3?
They don't like to be called Scotty 3.
They don't?
No.
Is Scotty
They like the triumvirate.
the triumvirate?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's Bethany,
Triumvirate.
Zach, and her mom, Nancy.
Well, really,
We've
4.
talked before.
He's got 4 now because Jennifer.
Jennifer.
So he's got as many as you and more than me already.
Yeah.
Why? The question is, why were you all anonymous? Why did we have to?
We had to
Why do we have to pressure
harass
you?
them to come forward
I think
and
Bethany
claim
just-
John.
Bethany
Bethany
and
said
Zach-
guilty by association, basically, is what her email said. I guess this makes me the vice president because Zach is the
she's-
president I married.
Yeah, she basically said, "I am the vice president,"
Yeah.
Hello there.
and so
John, I'm happy.
Jennifer, you can just choose your spot.
She'll be the treasurer. She'll be
Or if you can-
contact.
You can think of something else. So John has 4-person fan club,
Blessings.
no longer anonymous.
No longer anonymous. I'm happy
Boy,
for John.
I don't know.
felt bad
I miss the anonymous days.
when you were
where
just
you
you could just blend in.
Listen, yeah.
Now you
Yeah.
can't. People know you when you walk out there.
It's like a feeling of the Americans, the stateside people in the Revolutionary War, where you couldn't line them up and have a trade volleys. You had to be afraid of them in the woods.
You want to
everywhere.
be people be afraid. John,
yeah.
I don't think
And
I've ever
most
been
of the
afraid
time-
of you in
Yeah.
my life.
Most of the time, they lost when they lined up and traded volleys. I mean, they
Exactly.
won a few.
I mean,
they
there
won
were-
some at the end. They had some. He had some help from the French, George
Well,
Washington.
Yes.
But they did.
Lafayette.
They did win the lineup and fire at each other. A few of those, and that's what won it all for us. But yeah, we hid out in the woods and
I really tried to watch that
Pick 'em
show,
off.
Washington. Remember
Picked
that?
off
It was
their
on Netflix.
officers. We're talking
Yeah.
about the Revolutionary War. In case
Yeah.
you don't know what we're talking about.
It would have helped with the show Washington. It's just
the
so
frontiersmen, they
slow
were-
going. Remember that show on Netflix?
Yeah.
You watched it.
Well,
Anyway,
one day I found myself watching a story of the Revolutionary War done through what do they call it? A musical.
Oh wow.
And it was the dumbest thing I've ever
What
seen.
was it called?
A lot of the
Musical.
old actors. It was from the 1970s. It was a musical, and I
Musical
thought,
of
oh,
the
this is going to be great. It's
Revolutionary.
going to be history. And I couldn't believe it when the first guy broke out singing.
I love musicals, actually. I love them. Speaking of,
weird-
have you
that's a weird
guys
setting
seen,
for a
I know
musical.
this is probably old news, but Jesus Christ Superstar is
Willem
done by
Dafoe?
the woman. No, they redid it.
Oh,
The woman who played Elphaba, I can't think of
Wicked.
her name.
Yeah.
She is Jesus.
but
And
she
let me-
is like deformed.
She is. And it looks demonic. And
Yeah.
I'm just, my friend at my workout class was trying to tell me to watch it. and I
Well,
was like,
Jesus Christ Superstar was never a cool thing early, was it? Wasn't that stupid, the first one?
I don't
Was it a
know.
remake?
Like the
That was
music.
like a hippie thing.
Yeah, it probably was, but they brought her back and
Yeah.
they thought
I
it was
don't
going
know
to be
anything
this
about
great
it.
big thing.
She
and it
Well, they
is.
have a woman playing
Ariana
Jesus.
Grande have both since Wicked
Yes.
have been like
Deformed.
they look terrible.
They do look terrible. Well, hey,
And
they
they
were
look-
doing
they
chants
look
and
Well,
like
that's-
witchcraft.
Ghost of their
Former
past selves.
selves.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Witchcraft won't make you look any younger.
No.
And so we're going. What we're talking about here is it's essentially everything is pointing to end times.
Oh man. Yeah.
And in Daniel, and these are the basics. Here's the thing. if you're in end times, like you love it and you've studied it, you've got to know this. And this is basic to you. But if you know nothing, you have got to know this. This is the beginning. Really, it is. It's the beginning of the study of end times, in my opinion. And if you do not know Daniel 2, Daniel 7, what it's talking about, Daniel 7, chapters 7 through 12, you don't know anything. It's really hard to interpret the book of Revelation, in essence. And so right now we're in Daniel 7. It's a vision that Daniel has. It's coincides with the dream that the Babylonian king Nebuchadnezzar had in chapter 2. It's the same thing, different optics, talking about the same thing, but you get more information. Remember the statue? Mm-hmm. And hopefully Jerry shows the statue.
Oh, he will.
And the statue in chapter 2 of Nebuchadnezzar's dream represented 4 different empires in order. We've done a whole episode on just that, and we gave you that episode last week. Mm-hmm. If you want to go see Daniel chapter 2, you've got to understand it, all right? Because this prophecy came in, it's not a prophecy, but it's Daniel interpreting King Nebuchadnezzar's vision during the Babylonian Empire. It's an interpretation. In Daniel 2, the head of gold on top of that statue that you saw, or it could be seeing again, represented the Babylonian Empire. All right?
Yeah.
And you can see that God sees the Babylonian Empire now in Daniel 7 through Daniel's vision as a lion that had wings. And last week, episode 178, we explained why. Mm-hmm. The lion has wings. You can go back and check that, as Linnea says, do your own fishing.
Do your own fishing.
Last week, we had Daniel looking at a bear after the lion with wings, and in his vision, that's prophesying of the Medo-Persian Empire that hadn't even come yet at the time that he had the vision. Jerry's going to show you the bear. These are great pics. We paid for them, didn't we? We explained why the bear, the scriptures have the bear getting off his side, why he had 3 ribs in his mouth. We gave you that information last week in the last episode. We explained why the Persian Empire is represented by a bear in the spirit. And if you go back to Nebuchadnezzar's dream in chapter 2 that Daniel interpreted, the Medo-Persian Empire is represented by the breast and arms of silver. And if Jerry pops that, that'd be great if you could, but if you don't, I understand. Show the statue again, Jerry. If it's not too much work.
It's a good thing no one's playing the shot game with Jim saying Jerry.
Jerry.
Kind of like that song, AC/DC, Have a Drink on Me, and you drink every time they say drink.
Is that it?
I think it came
to the original shot game.
Came to 14 shots.
Well, I think we're up to 9 right now. So. Not that we're condoning shots while you're listening to the podcast.
Especially the shot.
The marinara shot?
The marinara.
Well, now we can say it now. Vaccine.
I don't like to.
Oh, there's so much. It makes me so sad for the people who did it.
Coming out on it.
We're wrong. We're killing people.
Of it in the news.
They're awful. If you're out there and you're still getting boosters, you're ridiculous. You're completely ridiculous. You're putting your life at risk. And so, should I not say that?
No, you are.
Yes, you are. And so now we get to the third beast. We can say that now. See, they used to cancel you. Isn't that crazy?
We had strikes just talking about it.
Yeah,
well, now we get if they do again, we're going to sue them.
Mm-hmm.
We are. We're going to sue him like Donald Trump sues everybody who talks about him.
And Stephen Furtick. No, just kidding.
Yeah.
That was
Stevie.
a joke. That was a joke. He doesn't do that, does he?
No, the only person he wanted to sue was when his son Do the Dash did a rap album. Yeah. And this YouTuber kind of broke it down, and he was like, "Well, why are you attacking my son?" But your son's not a gangster, and he's rapping about
but
gangs.
Still, you want to mess. I'm good for him. You mess with my kids, I'm coming after you.
But also,
too.
you're a public figure, so you put yourself out there for people to be able to make comments about you if that's what you choose.
Well, you can't knock Stephen Furtick, possibly one of the most successful churches in the world.
Yeah, maybe.
Nation?
Yeah, I don't know. I guess
he's a genius, and
he's
so
great.
now we get to the third beast that Daniel saw. Let's look at Daniel 7:6. That night that Daniel. Remember Daniel 5, where he's reading the handwriting on the wall to the Persian? He actually wasn't a king. He was a regent. He was in place of the king, who was out of the country at the time. It's the night that the Persian Empire actually defeated the Babylonians. That they found the handwriting on the wall through archaeology. They found a lot of things. They know where the Tower of Babel was. They found a huge mound of a structure that could only be the Tower of Babel. The things they have found in archaeology. But Daniel 7:6. After this, I beheld, and lo, another animal like a leopard, which had upon the back of it 4 wings of a fowl. The beast also had 4 heads. Dominion was given to the leopard. But before we get into the leopard, Daniel wouldn't have been aware that the Persians, conquered the lion with wings. That was far beyond him.
Right.
That was after the fact he's making this prophecy. So this is how amazingly accurate. This is just the beginning. This book is, and Jerry, show the leopard in it image.
There's 10.
10 what?
Jerry's.
Should I not say Jerry?
No, it's funny. It's just funny. I'm just trying to
it's
add some
giving him a
humor
hint.
and lightness
See,
to
Jerry's
the podcast.
going to edit this, and he's going to put in his stuff. That's why we apologize for this not getting up until Saturday.
Correct, because Jerry is at camp.
Sorry.
Bless his heart.
It will be back to Friday night, midnight, or what I call midnight, Thursday night, going into Friday. As you can see, the empire of the leopard is symbolized in Nebuchadnezzar's dream in Daniel 2 of the belly belly and thighs of brass, right?
Mm-hmm.
The leopard with the wings and the heads, 4 heads, is symbolizing, or possibly the spirit, what that spirit looks like behind the Greek Empire, what it looked like. Remember now, this hadn't happened yet. When he had the dream, no one could foresee all these little Greek city-states. Just giving you a few. I think there were 13. The Spartans, Athenians,
Thermopylaeans,
Macedonia, Boeotia, Thessalonians, all those guys, I believe the Corinthians. Mm-hmm. Yeah, Corinth.
Yeah.
All those guys were over there killing each other all the time. No one would have called them being able to come together and defeat the Persians first at Marathon, and then where Thermopylae happened. A lot of people don't realize Thermopylae, the 300, we'd be living in a different world. If those 300 Spartans wouldn't, it was actually more. It was they had thousands, but 300 Spartans and plus a bunch of other troops. Thermopylae, which turned into Salamis. Okay, you had, but the 2 big defeats the Greeks put on the Persians. Well, the third one was Alexander from the north, a little city-state called Macedonia, conquers all the Greek city-states. It had never happened.
It was like podunk Greece.
Yeah, that's how the Greeks looked at the Macedonians, like kind of like we look like how we look at the Arkansans.
Yeah,
Arkansans.
Or even
I'm just kidding.
The Israelites looked at Nazareth.
That's a joke. That's because my brother-in-law listens. We'll see if he still listens.
He does. I guarantee you.
Isn't he from Texarkana?
Which is Arkansas.
Texarkana.
It's just so funny when he says it because of his.
Yeah, I'm from Texarkana. Texas, Kansas.
And they were considered, like bumpkins.
Yeah, right.
And he pulls them together. Actually, it was his dad, Philip, that did
Bumpkins.
He conquers all the Greek city-states and then says, I'm conquering the world, goes right at Persia, defeats them at called the Battle of Gaugamela. famous battle, completely outnumbered. So that's what this leopard represents. And the four wings of a bird that this leopard has symbolizes the swiftness with which the Greeks conquered the world. I mean, they did it in a decade.
Which is wild. Because you could, I mean, how long it took for the Persians to even move their army.
Yeah.
The way that the Grecians moved was a whole other thing.
Yes,
whole other animal.
They were amazing. They were like lightning. And, because Jerry showed the image of the wet leopard. The four heads are speaking. Of the four heads of the leopard, this is interesting, are speaking of how when Alexander died at 32 years old, the empire was split between four of Alexander's generals. That's what the four heads of the leopard means.
Oh, Alexander died at 32?
Yeah, and it turned into four different kingdoms. Over the next 50 years, they fought over what Alexander had won. And they fought, and their kids fought, and this is what happened. You had four kingdoms come from Alexander's, his whole kingdom: Greece, Thrace, Syria, and Egypt. All right? And so we talked about the Persians just being a massive empire with massive armies. And they were slow and ponderous, like a bear, kind of moves. A bear, you don't want to be chased by a bear. He would catch you. A bear's going to catch you. But those armies moved so slow because they were so big, right? I mean, if you study them, how the Persians were if they got into it, they were wasteful with human life.
Yeah.
They would just throw numbers into battle, like Thermopylae. 300 Spartans, a couple thousand Greek soldiers held off, estimated 300,000 Persians, and probably killed 25,000 Persians before they were,
really ticked off
and
Xerxes.
And the Persians just kept sending them. It didn't care. They didn't care because they have so many. But the leopard with wings, it really was amazing, the speed with which the Greeks conquered Persia and the world. He finally got turned back in India when he ran into an army of elephants.
Hadrian's.
They say
no, that's not Hadrian.
He was 500 elephants and a 300,000 man army, and his army, Alexander's army, was at wit's end. He had just defeated a famous Indian prince, and India unified.
Yeah,
and all those Indian
coalesced around.
Yeah, and they just didn't have it left. He turned back at that point.
Yeah.
But most of the world he defeated. Alexander's military strategy and tactics 23 years ago are still taught in modern war colleges. I'll tell you this: when we invaded Iraq under Schwarzkopf in the first Persian Gulf War, we used the same tactics. We used an Alexander battle tactic that he used in India to defeat a Persian prince that he was outnumbered by. The Israelis in the 67 war used the same battle tactic.
When it works, it works.
It's called the left hook.
Yep.
All right. That Alexander used. And so he was just a genius. He had demonic help. I believe it is believed by some commentators and scholars that Alexander the Great was helped by a fallen angel that was one of the most powerful that in Satan's army. I believe that, but we'll find out when we get to heaven if this was true or untrue. But some commentators believe that the leopard, John's, there's two different. This thing shows back up that helped out Alexander, and I'm going to give you one of them next week. They argue about it. Some commentators believe that the leopard, which John sees in Revelation, which has got a little bit of the bear.
Yep.
It's got a little bit of each of these creatures, but it's mostly a leopard, is the same, and I'll give you that scripture next week, is the same spirit that helped Alexander because one of his heads was wounded. And they're saying that's the fallen angel that helped Alexander, and his head was wounded when Alexander died. Obviously, Alexander wouldn't have known he was helped by one of the most powerful angels in Satan's army. We know from secular history, Alexander definitely thought it was his own intelligence and ability.
Well, and I'm not surprised that he did all the conquering, and if he was no longer going to conquer anymore, that angel or that demonic spirit had no more reason to abide with him.
Right.
I'm not surprised he went into a depression. And
Good point.
Well, other scholars think it's the same beast I'm about to give you here.
Okay.
That helped Alexander. Comes out of the pit, Revelation 17:8.
Oh, yeah.
We've got a beast coming out of the pit because those commentators believe that beast was locked into the bottomless pit after the death of Alexander. And the phrase in Revelation 17:8 says, "It shall ascend out of the bottomless pit." These commentators believe in the whore of Babylon's riding it. But these commentators believe it in the very near future when this particular fallen angel, the same one that was responsible for Alexander's great success, will be released to help the Antichrist. Because they take the phrase in Revelation 17:8. At the end of the verse, it says, "And go into perdition."
Perdition. Yeah.
17:8, Revelation 17:8. The beast that thou sawest was and is not. It was.
It was.
And is not, but it's coming back. And shall ascend out of the bottomless pit. Those words. And go into perdition. They that dwell on the earth shall wonder, whose names are not written in the book of life from the foundation of the world, when they behold the beast that was, is not, and now it is. Or in Revelation, it will be.
Yeah.
Some commentators think that go into perdition there in the verse means that the plans of Satan in regards to the Antichrist and the help he will give him, he gives him through this fallen angel.
Yeah.
All right? They believe it's the same one that gave what we just read is the same one that gave Alexander his great power.
One with a brilliant tactician.
Yeah.
Just knows how to work situations.
And in our stream, they don't get this deep.
Yeah.
For the most part. I think it's helpful you to know what some people in the Assemblies of God believe. Mm-hmm. Very knowledgeable people, scholars. Think about this. Alexander, at age 29, fell on his bed crying. This is documented because there were no more worlds left to conquer.
But doesn't that just sound like a spoiled brat?
Oh, completely.
Yeah. I actually went to Alexander the Great's room in Austria, in one of the castles. It was very pretty.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Just think, we've got him in Jerusalem. We've got him in Persia. We've got him in Austria. We've got him in India. He literally conquered the world. But at 32 years old, on his deathbed, they asked him, who should succeed you? He said, give it to the strong. Hence, 4 generals, his top guys.
What did he die from? Just
they think
depression?
They think he picked up malaria in India.
Oh,
wouldn't be surprising.
They do.
Awful.
They think he picked up malaria in India, but no one or he was poisoned. Hence, those 4 generals, which we'll read about because Daniel prophesies about them before they even come around.
Amazing.
Daniel 7:7. After this, I saw night visions, and see the 4 generals are why the leopard's got 4 heads.
Right.
Okay. Daniel 7:7. After this, I saw in the night visions, behold, a 4th beast, a dreadful, terrible, strong, exceedingly, and it had great iron teeth, and it devoured and brake in pieces and stamped the residue with the feet of it, and it was diverse from all the beasts that were before it, and it had 10 horns. Key. So now we have the 4th beast, and Daniel just describes it as dreadful, terrible, strong. This is the Roman Empire, which followed the Grecian Empire, which piece by piece took over the Grecian Empire. And we don't know. The 4th beast really upset Daniel enough. Mm-hmm. He couldn't even describe it. We're going to give you an image of just what we know of that beast. And if you match this up with Nebuchadnezzar's dream in chapter 2, you see on the statue that we've been showing you, the Roman Empire was the legs of iron.
Is that you pointing to the legs?
And
it's like Vanna White here.
And that's what it represented in the second chapter. Legs of iron represented the Roman Empire on the statue. And now we've got this beast that's so scary, he can't even explain it. We'll notice that it had great iron teeth. And in the phrase, in verse 7, diverse from all the beasts that were before it, it is believed by scholars because the Roman government was so much more diverse. Remember they had a Senate?
Mm-hmm.
They had a Senate. And they had, for a long time, you had the emperor and the Senate, and you had a balance of power. I know Julius Caesar changed all that.
Sure.
And then you had Caesar Augustus.
Yep.
And they changed it completely, right?
Well, they learned that from the Grecians. The Grecians Greeks had lots of representation.
Right.
But the Romans took it to another level.
But they did it smarter. I mean, the Greeks sometimes had 3,000 guys that had to vote on each issue. And it took them forever. Can you imagine if our Congress was 3,000 people?
It's already enough at 435.
I would walk out if I was a senator.
Think about it. The Senate murdered Julius Caesar because they were afraid of him, taking over complete power and being a king.
Like basically was.
So the Roman government was more diverse, all right, than these other empires. But more importantly, the verse ends that it had 10 horns. So that this beast has 10 horns. The 10 horns refer to the present time, or what we are soon to be seen, what we're soon to see in the future. Maybe it's coming from the European Union, but I was looking at the World Economic Forum website, and I thought it was interesting. They showed 10 flags in their picture.
Shocker.
Yeah. And this is 10 nations that come together. This is the 10 horns, what the 10 horns on this beast represents. This is why they call it the revised Roman Empire that's not here yet. They will come together somewhere in the old territory that the old Roman Empire had. Notice that when it talks about the Roman Empire, before it talks about the horns, that verse says it devoured and broke in pieces and stamped the residue with its feet. Well, you know what? The Roman Empire, they were different. Remember Nebuchadnezzar, the Babylonians, when they took Jerusalem in 3 different sieges? They found the best of the Jewish kids.
Yeah, that's how Daniel got to be.
It said they were good looking. It said they took the best looking kids, the smartest kids, the most talent. He takes them back to Babylon, gives them a 3-year education, and tries to merge them into his court, into the Babylonian culture, because he thought they could help him. The Persians, in a way, they were the same. Cyrus the Great was the same. The following Persian kings were the same. They didn't destroy things. They didn't. When the Persians took Babylon, the Persians did burn Athens to the ground once, but
besides that,
I'm just saying that's because the Greeks did them so dirty. But the Persians took Babylon. It was such a beautiful city. They left it standing. But Rome was famous for killing everybody, killing everything, turning their soldiers loose to rape and pillage. They tried to crush the religions if they could.
And make slaves.
They tried, So that's what that phrase means. And so we talked about verse 7 with the phrase, it had 10 horns. These horns have nothing to do with the original conquest of the Roman Empire. The 10 horns, or the 10-nation alliance, which I just think are right in front of us.
Yeah, right.
About to happen. Think about this.
Happening right now.
If Russia, according to Ezekiel 38, is rendered powerless after they're soundly defeated by God,
right?
You don't think the European Union's going to rise? They're already rearming. And imagine no Russia. Okay? Imagine No Russia over there. Why are you looking at me like
I
that?
don't know. Go ahead. This is a lot of information.
Are you?
No, it's good. It's good information.
Is
It's
it
just
too
a
much?
lot. No, it's not
Is
too
it too much
She's
information?
just processing.
It's just a lot.
Yeah.
Who knew all this?
The 10 horns.
Daniel.
Well, you listen. Well, I've done a whole series on
I know,
this.
but Jim, that was also a lot of information.
Yeah, 3. Yeah, that's why you got to hear it more than
You
once.
do
You really
have to
do.
hear it more than once.
The,
Yeah.
the 10 horns of the 10 nation alliance, which I just think are right in front of us. The 10 nation confederation will rise, I believe, after Ezekiel 38, and Russia's destroyed. Their army's destroyed. They will not be a major player. Are you hearing me?
Russia?
I hear
No,
you.
they will not be a major player in the tribulation. If Ezekiel 38 is supposed to happen, the Gog-Magog war, either right before the rapture or right after the rapture, right? After that, the Russian army, most of it is destroyed, along with the armies of many other countries. But the events of this chapter, which are symbolizing the latter days, chapter 7, Daniel, and the succeeding chapters we're going to look at, will take place mostly in the Middle East and parts of Europe. And so let's look here. Win or lose in the Ukraine, Russia will be at Israel's doorstep with
I
a
feel like
bunch of
Ukraine
friends.
is just a distraction right now.
I believe very soon. Hey, you know what? Russia just last year alone had 112,000 people killed in that war.
Russia? Yeah, I heard it's like what? Is it like 3 million? They think is the total, or
No,
is
it's
it
not
1
3
million?
I think it's closer to 1 million. They've lost close to 1 million
That's
men.
so sad.
We've never lost anything like that.
It's just sad.
You know, Civil War, World War II, World War I. They've lost 1 million men. Daniel 7:8 says, I considered the horns, and behold, there came up among them another little horn. So he's looking on the horns, the 10 horns, like a crown
Right.
on the fourth creature, right?
Yep.
Remember, lion with wings, Babylonian Empire, right? The leopard with 4 wings and 4 heads. Is it 4 wings or 2 wings?
For
You had the bear, the Persian bear followed the lion.
It's 2 wings on the leopard
Yes.
with 4 heads.
You had the leopard with wings and 4 heads. That's the Grecian Empire. Then you have that creature that represents the Roman Empire with the teeth that just destroys everything. He's got a crown of 10 horns. So here's Daniel 7:8. He's looking at the horns. I considered the horns, and behold, there came up among them another little horn. Little horn. Show us the little horn, Jerry.
I think the little horn has a mouth, right? And eyes or something.
Wait.
Oh, sorry.
Before whom there were 3 of the first horns plucked up. Remember the 10 horns we saw? Mm-hmm. Plucked up. And this horn, there were eyes like the eyes of a man, and a mouth speaking great things. You remember something from the Daniel
I
series
do.
3
No,
years
I
ago?
remember a lot. But it's just all the wars and all the people and all that. It's like,
You don't think I should throw that in?
no,
I think
it's
it makes
great.
it interesting.
Does make
It
it. I
is.
didn't say you shouldn't. I wasn't attacking you. It was helping me.
People
it
like
helps me.
Zek, Andy,
They
Your
live for
own-
that stuff.
your own fan club like stuff like this.
Well,
they like the history.
Jim,
100%.
all of our fan clubs like everything
Yeah,
because they
that's why
listen to
they're
the
here.
entirety of the podcast. They just have a favorite.
Obviously.
Sorry that it's not you for everybody.
Yeah, I have the smallest fan club.
That is such a lie.
I have 3 Wisconsin
Jimmy, you have
faithful.
people telling you all the time out there on the
Wisconsin
weekends how
ladies.
much they love you.
And whose fan club they're in. But
I don't think Matthew is in anybody's fan club.
but I think Linnea.
Matthew?
Matt. The guy, he's Saturday nights. He comes Saturday and I think Sunday. You know who he is.
Matt.
Matthew.
So you've got this little horn that has eyes and a mouth speaking great things. We see Daniel looking at the horns. His attention is drawn to the horns of the beast. Can we show that 4th beast one more time?
Jerry.
But as we see, he notices there came up among them. It wasn't originally there. Another little horn. Can you show the little horn? Eyes, mouth. Many ancient
Right.
writings. You know what? You know what horns are symbolic of in the Bible and in many ancient writings?
What?
Authority, power, and strength.
Oh.
And I'm just going to tell you, the little horn is the Antichrist. And the phrase before whom there were 3 of the first 10 horns plucked up by the roots, that's the Antichrist, either stealing through deceit or overrunning through war 3 of the 10 nations of the 10 horns, plucked up. And just the fact that you've got the phrase, and in this horn were eyes, the eyes of a man.
Yeah.
Imagine that.
That's telling you this is a man.
Wow, Daniel, you saw
It's not
some
just
things.
a person, or not just a power. It's a person.
Right.
Yeah.
You're right.
And
You
look,
think it's really his eyes that he saw on the horn?
yeah.
Hi.
Looking at the 4th beast, it's describing the original Roman Empire, which is come and gone, but the 10 horns are coming. Those 10 nations represented by the 10 horns are all going to be located in the territory of the old Roman Empire. That's why they call it the revised Roman Empire. These nations will greatly oppose Israel, as they're doing right now. France and Britain's coming, are calling for a Palestinian state.
Yeah.
They're calling for a Palestinian state. These 10-nation confederation will hate Israel, and you can already see it. But when we look at this phrase in verse 8, there came up among them another little horn. Not only tells us the little horn rises after the original European Union, the 10 horns, it says the Antichrist himself will be from somewhere in the area.
Yep.
In the territory. That was the old Roman Empire. Daniel is given another series of visions, as we'll be able to get to, that narrows down the area. A lot of commentators believe. I'll just say a lot of commentators believe that they know exactly where the little horn is coming from.
Really?
And I don't completely buy that, but we'll get to that. The Antichrist is going to defeat 3 of those nations, 3 of the 10 horns, through either battle or deception. And really, there are commentators that think they can narrow it down to who the 3 nations are.
Right.
And so we'll get to that. The other 7, after seeing the 3 beaten so easily, submit to him. So he gains control. He gains control.
Well, yeah, he did. They just watch him get annihilated. They don't want to be annihilated.
Right.
What a coincidence. Daniel is calling the Persians, the Greeks, the Romans in order, the European Union. And notice the horn that had eyes had a mouth. Can I show a little horn again, Jerry? Okay.
We got to be up to like 20.
Hi. Okay.
We should have a thought bubble come out of its mouth.
Commentators believe that the Antichrist will be able to see things that those other men might not be able to see. Because of the number of times in the Bible, the Antichrist is speaking great things. He's got a mouth on the horn. He will be a great orator.
Probably like Gavin Newsom. Everybody just loves him when he talks.
I
can't stand him.
I see
You
when
know,
I hear him
he
talk because I
is
know there's
a
all
great
lies.
communicator, though.
Nephilim.
He's just a BSer. He's just a BSer
Well, he
with
could
power.
be a Nephilim, but I'm going to tell you,
I don't think
I
so.
have listened to so many people say that they didn't like him, and then they started listening to him, and I did. I listened to him on Charlie Kirk.
'cause he just lies.
He's great. I know, but he's good. That's what the Antichrist is going to do.
Yeah, was Charlie Kirk nice to him? He didn't confront him at all?
No, he didn't.
No,
They had,
Didn't
but
pin him
the
down.
problem was Gavin Newsom went with what Charlie Kirk was saying.
Yeah.
As he goes about like trans kids in sports, and he's like, "Yeah, that shouldn't be allowed." And then 2 days later, he's like, "I didn't say that.
No, yeah.
that's not what I
he
meant
just
by that."
continually,
He's just a
doesn't-
backwalker.
Yep. He's just a BSer.
But he's good at it. I'm just saying that's how
'cause
the
he
Antichrist.
lies.
But
He
it doesn't
doesn't-
matter.
he
I'm
doesn't
just
care
trying to
about the
say
truth.
I
He cares
understand
about power.
that he's a great communicator and he can do that because that's what the Antichrist.
This
will
guy's
be.
going to be another level.
Yes, exactly. That's
Okay,
my
so
point.
Daniel 7:9. I
I don't
beheld
disagree with you.
till
I'm
the
just
thrones.
I
mad
know.
at him.
I beheld till the throne.
News scum.
So was Obama. Obama's just as good.
Eh.
Good orators are a dime a dozen.
But the problem is, Gavin
A dime a dozen.
Newsom is way better looking than Obama. If you listen to people, they
Yeah.
say the looks
Really?
with Gavin Newsom help, and he's put
Oh.
together and he's dressed nice.
Put
Like,
together.
He dresses
why
nice.
don't you write him a letter?
He has.
Okay.
He's got
Daniel
good hair.
7:9.
He has great hair.
Yeah.
Daniel 7:9.
Freaking great hair.
I beheld
He's just a
till the
dink.
thrones that were cast down, and the Ancient of Days did sit, whose garment was white as snow, and his hair of his head, Daniel 7:9, like pure wool, and his throne was like the fiery flame, and his wheels as a burning fire.
Isn't the Ancient of Days God?
Yes, the throne's being cast down. You've got a lot of conflicting commentary on that. And I don't have time to go into that if we're going to finish this chapter, but actually thrones being cast down is a mistranslation. Cast down should be thrones set in place. Okay? So you've got what? We've got 24 thrones in Revelation. There's just a lot there that it goes into that we don't have time to get into the thrones being set in place is what that means. You've got a description of the Ancient of Days, which is our God. One comment on verse 9, his throne was like the fiery flame and his wheels as a burning fire. That's a lot. That's very similar to the Ezekiel vision of the throne of God.
That's right. That wheel thing without.
Yes.
Oh, that thing scares
Very
me.
similar.
Have you looked
We've
at
shown you that on the
Yeah.
Final Hour podcast.
Jerry, if you so are implied, throw it up there.
Well, we had the creatures and everything. Remember?
I know. Remember
Oh, yeah.
that? Ugh.
Yeah, that's a very
I mean,
early,
thank God we have eyes.
edition.
Within a wheel.
But Daniel 7:10, a fiery stream issued and came forth from before him. Thousands and thousands ministered unto him, and 10,000 times 10,000 stood before him. The judgment seat was set. The books were opened.
Wow.
So this is in times here. This is judgment.
Yeah.
Most of all, commentators that I looked at says that this judgment in verse 10 pertains to the judgment of the nations.
Oh.
Sheep and goat nations, which will take place
There's a lot of
immediately
books.
after Armageddon, after the second coming of Christ. No. Yes. The fiery stream issued and came forth before him speaks of the glory of God and basically speaks beyond our ability to understand or even imagine. The phrase in verse 10, thousands ministered unto him, and 10,000 times 10,000 stood before him, refers to the angels of God who are present to carry out the decisions of judgment. And so, going straight out of that, we'll pick up in Daniel next week. But I usually follow through with what I'm going to do.
Yeah.
End times,
Made
easy. Joseph Morris. He gives us 75 plus signs. Actually, it's up to 87 now
There's no bad news for the believer.
that have happened.
That's what it says on the front.
That are biblically prophesied, that the Bible said would happen, to show that the dispensation of grace is about to end. In short, the rapture is coming. The rapture is coming. The rapture is coming.
Really thought that was happening in the 80s.
The redcoats are coming.
It's different than the Redcoats.
I had to play I played Paul Revere in my
Really?
third
Did
grade.
you?
Nice.
My third grade.
Did you do a
I
good
rode a
job?
stick horse. I rode a
Like,
stick horse
oh,
on the stage. Yes.
Do you want to
Nice.
compete in those? Because that's legal now. You can
Yeah, the,
compete in the stick horse races.
Yeah.
It's a thing. It's a whole thing.
It is.
You
The
can
horse
win an award.
Girls are.
There's guys too, Jim. You want?
no.
Should we look into some leagues in Minnesota?
Stick horse racing?
No, it's called something, John.
I'd have to
Yeah,
watch it first
it is.
before I'd have to
know.
Oh,
watch
they
a real
look like
race
lunatics.
Oh yeah, they do.
before I joined a league. I'd have to
They're
watch.
definitely something. It's weird. If you haven't seen it,
Joe Morris.
Google that yourself.
Okay, from stick horse races to Joe Morris to the end times. I have given you
Quite a progression.
As in the days of now, 43.
I've given you up till today 14 of these 75 signs that Joe Morris has in this book. Quickly, Israel becoming a nation, Jerusalem being won back. It's all in the Bible, all prophesied. Revival of the Roman Empire, Hebrew language restored, Ethiopian Jews being brought back to the land of Israel, the fertility of the land of Israel, the economic prosperity of the land of Israel, the rebuilding of the temple, the economic prosperity of the country of Israel, I should say, reestablishing the Temple Mount, foxes on the Temple Mount, Temple Mount Institute preparing for temple worship. Number 12, ritual baths, filling up with water at the Temple Mount naturally. Number 13, oil of anointing being found in 1989 that was actually in the Bible. One world government. And so from there we go to number 15. All right, number 15.
Globalists are sure pushing.
Of course they are. Of course they are.
One world currency. All right, it's going to have to be this is a sign of the end. October 2021, the Federal Reserve Bank, straight from Joe Morris's book, launched a review of the potential benefits and risks of issuing digital currency as central banks around the world experiment with the potential new form of money. A cyber what? Yuan in China?
Cyber yuan. Yep.
Cyber yuan in China also stands to give Beijing power to track spending in real time.
Oh, they do that already in China.
These initial moves into digital currency open a small door. It's a bigger door. And once the implausible one world currency. How do we know it's a one world currency? Listen to this, Revelation 13, 16, and 17. He compels all, both small and great, both rich and poor, both free and slave, to be marked with an inscription stamped on their right hands and on their foreheads. No one will have power to buy or sell unless he bears the stamp, mark, inscription. That is the name of the beast or the number of his name. It will be digital.
666.
He will control the currency. He cannot have cash. Yes.
Can I say something really quick that I just heard about China?
Yes.
In China, they have access to all your bank accounts. So if you cross the street when it says do not cross, they automatically deduct money from your bank account or freeze it.
Yeah.
Like, this is what they're already doing in China.
They're doing it in Canada too. For
Are
different
they?
things. Well,
I remember. I have something about the banks in here.
Ooh.
Well,
Lots of
that's
things.
15. Number 15, one world currency. But the second sign for today is number 16 that we've done is one world religion. Okay, this ought to throw you something. If it's not going to be global warming, it's probably going to be something. Listen, the Catholic Muslim Interfaith Council, created by Pope Francis, who was the last pope, the one that died, announced a new Christian headquarters. Did you know this? It will open in 2022 in the United Arab Emirates to combine a mosque and a church.
Wow.
According to the signed covenant, there have been ads in the media promoting one world religion headquarters to open in 2022.
Which follows with the way he was talking in Singapore and Indonesia a year ago, which said all religions are a language of the divine.
There are now 5 churches that are combined with mosques as of 2023.
Yeah, we're
Is that
coming.
great in Europe? They're all in Europe, guys.
Hey, we're only 16. There's another, there's another 59 in this book, but then there's another 11 after he wrote the book. He's got 11 more on top of that. That is Joe Morris. What is it called? End times update, right?
Yep.
Is it
End of days.
He just
God, it's end of days update. I've got to get
update. Yeah, I
check out his podcast. EDU.
I watched it earlier this week.
End of days update. It's faster than this. He gets a quick hitter.
It's like 10 minutes, 15 minutes.
If you're not the type to you don't want.
And if you listen to it at 2 times speed, it gets done in 7 minutes. That's what I do.
Wow.
Yeah, you can listen to a 2-hour podcast in like 45 minutes. It's great.
And it's
And
definitely
you can
more than
fast
2
forward
times the speed.
all the they do a lot of ads in podcasts that are long.
Gotcha.
So here we have Linnea with the news.
Okay, so I'm going to take a little bit longer on this one just so I can explain it all. So Pastor Jack Hibbs, who's located in California, he's an amazing pastor.
Yep.
Has Amir at his church, Amir Safadi. If you don't know who that is, you can look at other things. He's had Charlie Kirk there. He has a church. He preaches the word like we do here at Living Word. Anyways, he had a post on his social media last week, and it caught my ear because he was like, Californians, this is the most dangerous bill that we've ever seen. This isn't passed yet, okay?
I thought it had passed.
Nope, it hasn't passed yet.
I thought he signed it.
No.
Okay.
It's California's Assembly Bill 495. It hasn't passed yet. They're asking people in the Sacramento area to show up at the state capitol on August 19th if you're in the area of California. That's great. I would go if I was there, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So this bill, it's actually technically coined as like an immigration bill is like the headline of it. But if you read, it has like 500 pages or something ridiculous. He read it. He had people read it. So they all like came to this conclusion that this bill that they're trying to pass has worded in it that it allows temporary guardianship of a child if the parents are unavailable. Okay. I'll explain that in a minute. But supporters of this bill say, oh, it's an emergencies. But critics say this opens the door to exploitation.
Yeah. 100%.
Jack Hibbs is basically calling this a human trafficking bill, and I'm going to explain why. So this bill would allow any non-related adult, neighbor, teacher, ex-relative, or even a complete stranger to take custody of your child without your knowledge or consent. You don't have to have a background check if you have the affidavit, no court order, no parent signature, just a piece of paper from the California government website or mail, okay? For instance, if you're unexpectedly in the hospital or you like get pulled over on your way to go pick your kids up, a random stranger notices that child is here after hours. There's no parent here to get them. With this bill, AB 495, if it passed, a person could walk into the school or a clinic or wherever this child is, claiming to be a relative, and they would simply just have to fill out the affidavit.
Yep.
And now they legally have the power to pick the child up, take them home, approve medical procedures, change school enrollment, and move the child into their home, you guys. Once guardianship of this child is claimed by this random person with the affidavit, they now are legally accountable for this child.
Yep,
Leave California.
That's what Jack Hibbs
for the sake
is
of
saying.
your children.
He's like, if this bill passes, I am telling all of you parents to leave California. And this one lady, you hear a shout in the video, because he talked about it last week at his Wednesday service and then his Sunday services. And she's like, then homeschool your kids. He's like, what is
Doesn't
coming
matter.
out for homeschooling in California? He's like, you will not believe it. They will have just as much power over you.
Yep.
But it like
Because
that,
they'll come in and say,
That's
this
your
home is
hero,
not.
Gavin.
he's not my hero. I was
But
trying.
you're so impressed with him.
No, I was trying to explain.
You said he's great looking.
This is
he's
what
a
I-
great
orator.
orator.
Speaks
He's
well.
okay.
I am telling you
I
what
mean,
the
he's good,
people
but
are
I mean,
saying.
there's a lot.
He's greasy and slippery.
Yes, and people, if you don't have
he'll
truth
say
in you,
whatever he thinks
you
you
don't-
need to hear.
it checks you me
to
when I
check-
hear it, right?
to,
Because I have
follow him.
the Spirit of God inside me. But if I don't, and I'm
Above
some
all,
random person, of course he's going to sway you.
Yeah.
Because it's probably just laced with demonic things like the rap songs and all the music is and all the videos that you watch, right? Like, I'm sure he does some spell before he goes out and talks to people. Like Ursula on
Yeah.
Who's
Little
that?
Mermaid.
Little Mermaid.
I don't know. I don't remember any of this stuff.
You don't? No. It all goes back to a Disney. You can find a Disney film that will help you
Disney's
understand.
Real steeped
Okay,
in some
speaking
stuff,
of,
too.
though, like we were talking about the COVID vaccines earlier.
Yes.
And a California hospital is concealing data linking a catastrophic surge, which this is really sad, okay, of a bunch of stillbirths in young women who got the COVID-19 vaccine, according to a lawsuit in Fresno County. So all these people at this hospital are having stillbirth after stillbirth after stillbirth, and they're trying to find where all this is coming from. And they found all the connections was the COVID vaccine, which is like so heartbreaking.
It is.
Don't you feel a lot of
Hate.
well,
we're
I'm
not
trying
supposed to hate.
but well, you can hate.
Anger.
I think you can like Pfizer and who was the other one? It was
Moderna.
And Johnson and Johnson
Yeah.
tried.
There's
Yeah.
Yep.
All those evil vaccine companies, right? That touted. that
We're
touted-
safe. We won't
Yeah.
hurt you. This is
Yeah.
fine. But,
Yeah.
you know, some people were doing it just because. But I was listening to a podcast, and there's a surgeon. He's from South Africa. He's a phenomenal man. He bought the San Diego Star and Tribune, and he is actually creating a vaccine that if you got the vax, it counteracts and gets
Counteracts
rid
the
of
vax.
everything that it put into your body and any like
there's-
effects you have from it.
Yeah.
He's a expert in like cancer and all these things. His results are phenomenal. It has to do with like the T cell in your body.
Yep.
And this vaccine that he gives you to counteract all that, like goes to the C cell because the vaccine actually kills the T cells in your body, which help promote health and healing that your body's supposed to do naturally.
Right.
He's a Christian, so he explains like God created this T cell that's like a superpower.
Yeah.
Anyways,
Is that all the news you got? But
no,
okay,
no,
well,
it's not
come
all the
on.
news I have.
Let's roll.
Jim, you just did 42 pages. I was explaining.
And I don't know how we got through 4 pages so fast. Did you skip anything?
No, I'm not. No,
Okay.
I renumbered my pages.
All right.
Okay, this is Minnesota news. I sent this to John. So this shouldn't shock any Minnesotans who we watched during the voting.
Yep.
And the calculations. I know my brother-in-law went to go work at a ballot or registration day just to make sure he could keep an eye on crime.
Right.
Bradley, way to go. But Minnesota,
Thanks, Brad.
Thanks, Brad. The Department of Justice is launching a nationwide investigation into the voter rolls for California and Minnesota, much like they did in Arizona. This is to make sure, because they said that the voting was out of whack, that our voter rolls need to be purged because we have illegal immigrants that were on the list and deceased people that were able to register in the state of both Minnesota
they were
and California.
Democrats. They got Democrat votes.
Of course.
Crazy
pretty
how
sure
that works.
Yeah.
And well, you watch local news. I don't watch local news. But this popped up that finally Channel 5 investigative reporting is finally reporting about all the fraud in Minnesota.
Yes.
Now that it's exceeded, $1 billion? They don't really have a choice.
They really don't. You're going to lose all your credibility if you don't actually look into it. Yeah, Channel 5 is actually diving in.
They are.
There is so much. There was already 71 people convicted.
I know. I saw that yesterday.
Connected to the 2020 COVID meals and food.
Yeah,
and
$300 million.
People connected to Ilhan Omar.
My mom was saying that they think she'll be indicted or something. Well, we'll see.
Wouldn't it be great to see her go down?
It would be great to see her go down.
Sorry, but I would enjoy that. I know that's not love, but...
Well, I've told many stories of here about how Somalian people showed up to building owners in Minneapolis and was like, hey, we want to buy your building for cash. You're talking like a $20 million building for cash. And we're going to do like a old folks or a housing assisting home or something on the first level. And then the rest we're going to put Somalian people in because the government gives us. Remember, we said there was a person who came with a $1,200 check from Ohio. Every month, this Somalian illegal immigrant, has a check from the state of Ohio to the state of Minnesota to be housed here.
Yeah.
Crazy.
Yeah.
Okay. So you had $300 million.
That's your great tax dollars. Well, those are the Ohio tax dollars. Ohio tax dollars are paying for illegal immigrants to live up here.
Speaking of, there's another Somalian lady trying to run in Maine.
Yeah.
For the governor there, and she's just as crazy as Mudani and the Feta guy in Minnesota. So we have to be praying against all that. Okay, but listen, so far they've uncovered $300 million in feeding our future children fraud, $9 million in housing stabilization services, and $20 million in autistic centers. So they're saying people were autistic and they were like billing insurance companies and hospitals, and there wasn't any autistic people. That is what? $350 million right there, and they're just uncovering it. But
that's under Timmy Walsh's watch.
Yeah, I was watching one of the
famous assistant football coach.
Oh, yeah. Jeez.
Remember, he said he was a head coach. He wasn't a head coach.
He wasn't.
He was an assistant. He was an assistant coach.
Who's the attorney general?
Here?
Yeah.
The lady?
No.
Keith Ellison?
Oh, yeah. I can't stand him.
He's the top cop, right? What is that? What do they call that? The prosecutor, top
DA?
The D. Secretary. I don't remember.
And technically, he's
Keith Ellison.
He's head of the law enforcement. I don't know why we can't recall that position.
I know.
We should know that.
We can Google it.
All right, Linnea.
Go ahead, John.
But either way, both he and Tim Walz are. They have connections to massive portion
Attorney
of this fraud.
General of Minnesota.
Yeah, that's the top cop of Minnesota. That's
top
Keith
cop.
Ellison. Go get him, Keith.
It said he's with Feeding Our Future. So what do you do, Keith? What did you do, Keith?
Yeah, Feeding Our Future is one of the things that are being investigated.
$300 million worth of fraud.
I watched him do an interview like 3 weeks ago or about a month ago where he's saying, look, you can say whatever you want to about boys playing girls' sports. These kids just want to participate. They just want to be on a team.
Then be on a boys' team.
That's all I'm saying. They just want to be on a team.
Be on a boys' team.
And I'm like, oh my gosh.
So
and
create a league for them.
We look at Champlin. Yeah, he just wants to be on a team.
Well,
why don't you go play baseball, dude?
Yeah.
The kid from Champlin.
He couldn't.
Why couldn't he?
Well.
Why couldn't he?
Because he thinks he's a girl.
But he's not.
I know that.
I'm saying.
He probably can't throw that way. He can.
can pitch it.
No, he can't. He can't be at the top with the
true.
boys. That's the thing is he's not good enough to beat the boys, and he wanted to be the best.
So he went to the
And
girls.
they won the
More
state
or
championship.
less.
They
And
did.
That
They
has
won.
not been taken
It
away
was
from
what
them.
like he pitched like
He pitched
30
all of
innings
them.
in a
He
row, or
pitched the
60
whole-
innings in a row. How's that
Yeah.
even legal? But anyway, well, I
Yeah.
guess you struck everybody out. It was fast
But
innings.
yeah, I mean, we see Osseo and Maple Grove, and we've got a really good house league system, basically like
Yeah, you do.
intramurals
You do.
for high school,
My kids
Incredible.
played
which
against
is
them.
awesome. If
Going
you,
back to my daughter.
you can't, you're not going to play and start for the varsity, but you still want to play basketball. Go
Yeah,
play
they
house
do.
league and have fun and enjoy and get better. And
Osseo Maple Grove
It's
is
awesome.
my daughter grew up in those. They're awesome. They were awesome for basketball. They were awesome
Yep.
for fast pitch softball. They were actually awesome for
good
soccer.
volleyball stuff too.
My kids played in the traveling system in Maple Grove soccer. Didn't yours?
Yeah. They played Brooklyn Park. Leighton did soccer through.
yeah.
But wasn't Brooklyn Park with Maple Grove
Yeah.
for that?
yeah.
Yes. Anyways, I don't know. We digress. Go ahead, Linnea.
Anyways, so if you're looking for a youth program for your
Yeah.
children, okay. Speaking of fraud, this is so funny. Caroline Leavitt just exposed Nancy Pelosi's insider trading at a press conference last week or this week.
Trading. Yes.
She said Pelosi makes $174,000 a year, but her net worth is $413 million. She says in 2024 alone, her stock portfolio grew 70%, beating every hedge fund and even Warren Buffett.
Yeah.
We are looking into Nancy Pelosi. And then Nancy Pelosi was on CNN, and she was supposed to
I
be
don't
talking.
do it. It's just my husband.
That's
my
what she
husband's
said.
into it,
Come
not
on,
me. I'm not
Nancy.
into it.
Yes,
It's
she
like,
did.
that's not how that works.
She did say that. Another guy said something else. She's like, why are you talking about that? That's not what
Yeah.
I came on here to talk about.
Oh yeah, she was mad
Nancy
that he
should be
was.
scared.
She was
Was it
mad.
Jack Tapper? I feel like
It was Jake
yeah,
Tapper.
or Jake.
Oh,
I don't know
Jake.
why I keep calling him Jack.
Jack
Jake.
Tap. Let's call him Jack instead of Jake.
He's so
Because
annoying.
he's still a doofus.
He is. Speaking of,
Even if he outed him, he's a
speaking of
doofus.
this doofus who outed him, it's coming out now that people in Biden's administration were looking to get paid significant amounts of money if they kept their mouth shut and they didn't say anything about Biden's cognitive decline. So you have Mike Donnellan. He told Congress because he had to go in and go in front of Congress and testify that he was going to get paid out $4 million if he didn't make any comments about Joe Biden's cognitive decline.
That is
So you
much
think
more than
how many
the
more
president
people?
makes.
How many more people? Was that with?
Listen. Yeah.
Are you ending us?
You got more?
Yeah. What are you
Okay.
doing?
How many pages you got?
I got like one more. Like
Okay.
rest.
All right. Well, you're always talking like it's the last thing.
Every
Kinda sound like
every
it.
news
Do
story
I?
is the most important news story
It
until
is.
you get
They
to the
all-
next one.
there's- Okay.
Sorry.
So
No rush here.
okay, the House Oversight Committee has issued subpoenas. This is funny to Bill and Hillary
Oh,
Clinton
yeah.
and a bunch of other people
Yep.
for testimony regarding Jeffrey Epstein. Plus, it'll also kind of be connected with Russiagate.
Yep.
John
Absolutely.
has more about that
Well,
because he has all
okay,
the
yeah.
details.
So it's been about a week and a half since Pam Bondi and you do have one more?
No, go.
Yeah.
Say and I have one more.
Pam
after
Bondi, was it Pam? No,
Yeah.
it was Tulsi Gabbard. Tulsi
yeah,
Gabbard
Tulsi.
dropped the Obama stuff. But in that same thing, we have in a hidden room, or at least an overlooked room at the FBI, there's burn bags that were basically set to be destroyed.
To be
with
burned.
all sorts of documents and notes from Russiagate, from
The annex logs
Yep,
from all
annex-
the meetings.
From all the meetings before or leading up to Russiagate. But I think there's also stuff from Comey's investigation into Hillary's email scandals.
Scandal is a scandal. That was just to
All of
cover
that
up Russiagate.
has just been pushed and swept under the rug. But now that there are people who actually want the truth to come out in those offices, they are being explored. So, yeah, the people are getting called to testify in front of Congress,
And they should be.
And we'll see if. Here's the thing: everybody is like, great, that's awesome, but when have any of these things actually led
Ever
to
done to anything?
charges?
I just want someone to go to jail.
Yeah.
In the government.
But these
I want these people to go to jail, right?
They
I mean,
should look. They literally tried to sabotage. And obviously, you look at it all. It goes
treason.
back to so much.
Well, even
like
for
2000,
COVID,
yes.
the lockdowns, the lies about the shots, the cover up, where it came from. There should be people in government
Absolutely.
that go to jail.
You should be held responsible for what you did.
When have you ever seen anyone from government go to jail
that's-
since Watergate? Right?
Except for the people that worked for Trump in
Trump,
2016.
yeah, a lot of them went to jail.
They went to jail, and
Yeah.
we found out that it was all trumped up.
Yep. I want to see these people
Ginned
go
up
to jail.
charges.
I would be totally fine if the Clintons and Barack Obama went to jail. I wouldn't feel bad at all.
Big Mike.
I'll believe it when I see it.
Well, hey, I know a
put 'em
lot
in
of
jail.
people are freaking out that like the statute of limitations is running out for this, but Stephen Miller said it's not because of like what it has to do with and how it all ties together. That no one has to like be worried about the statute of limitations running out because supposedly the first testimony against Russiagate happened in 2020, and they said like that's not the case. This kind of has longer than that because it has to do with like national security.
Yeah.
Okay. And we're going to end on this fun note. So Biden got, or what, I can't remember which president got rid of the Presidential Fitness Awards because it was, Barack Obama. Because it wasn't fair because not everybody was winning the Presidential Fitness Awards. And everybody needs a medal. That's the age we live in today. But Donald Trump last week signed an executive order to bring back the Presidential Fitness Awards.
He had
Those were fun.
Bryson DeChambeau was part of the press conference for that, who's a golfer, but he's a fit golfer.
I don't know who he is.
Well,
but
isn't that funny won't that be funny to watch these kids that spend 80% of their days on their iPhones? Who knows what they do for physical fitness?
Nothing. I love
in these
it.
public schools in here trying to do even one pull-up.
Listen, give him
one pull-up.
Give him something to shoot for.
But do you remember when the Presidential Fitness Award was
It was
coming
like
up?
it was a
and
thing.
You would like trash talk
Yeah.
your classmates about like, I'm going to beat you.
I'm
and
sure you would, Linnea.
we could have a Presidential Fitness Final Hour
Ooh,
podcast competition.
that sounds
yeah.
like fun.
Yeah, you think you do more pull-ups
No, I
than me? Linnea?
can't.
By the
I
way, we
know
got
I
to
can't.
weigh
No, I
in
got a
on-
shoulder issue.
Jim, we got to weigh in on Monday.
I don't have a weigh-in. I pulled out of that
Jim
right away.
tapped out.
Do I win this by default?
I'm not.
Yeah,
I'm not
Baltimore
playing.
didn't do anything. You're not playing?
I'm not playing anything. I said it up front. It's front. There's no. It's not fair. Like it should be a percentage of body weight then.
That's what I thought
There
it
was
was.
a competition
I
going
thought
on
it
of
was
like
supposed to
who
be
could lose the
percentage.
most
Not,
weight.
not
and-
just total number of pounds.
Yeah, no, it should be percentage.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, we'll have to reconvene now.
Oh, okay.
Well,
Either
we never
way.
made it clear. You can't make it. You can't. You got. That's got to be clear. That's got to be in writing.
I wasn't involved in
I
it.
feel good.
I wasn't
I've
involved.
lost like 4%.
That's good.
Yeah, I'll take it.
So, I'm guessing.
How much percent you've lost?
So you're talking about 12 to 15?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's been 15 averaging 15, but I've been as down as much as 17.
So you fluctuate.
10% for me would be 18 pounds. Right? 10% would be 18 pounds.
That's a lot for you.
So if
you dropping
what's
18 pounds is a lot.
4% of if whatever, we'll figure it out later. I can do it in my head.
I'm done.
Anything else, Linnea?
Well, I mean, I do have one. I do have
Go
one
ahead,
more thing.
Linnea.
Okay.
I knew you had something.
Well, this is just interesting because I had a family member who was an organ donor. And after I watched her situation where I personally don't feel like she was
They
complete.
took her organs before she
She was showing signs of life, like doing things, right? But her children decided to go through it. That's fine. That was their choice. But RFK said he heard way too many stories of organ donors having signs of life. And obviously, the hospitals make money off of transferring and giving your organs to a different person.
don't do it on your license.
And they said so many people have been stopped checking the box of becoming a donor on their
Right.
license that it like alerted everybody.
Yep.
And so RFK, it's one of his things, he looked into it and he was like, yeah, you guys are literally taking people while there's still signs of life.
Yeah.
Nobody wants to be a donor
No one
because
wants to be
nobody
a
wants
donor.
that to happen to them because basically you're a donor. They're not going to do anything.
There's some evil
they're making money.
hospitals.
Yes.
They make money out of the transplants. That
So he
people-
signed an
major
order
money.
that now you can't do anything if there is a sign of life. Because my mom said, because she was there when my cousin was at the end, and it was like that. And she said there would be signs of life, and the nurses would come and be like, "Oh no, that's not it," and then they would like put something over her face so you couldn't see her.
Right,
React
like they
the
think
way
you're
she
stupid.
should.
Yeah, they think you're stupid. Right,
wild.
like this is what goes on in hospitals.
And
right?
it makes me so mad.
And I'm not
because
saying
you're
all doctors are bad, but I
No.
will
No.
say there's some evil doctors
not.
out there.
Yes,
Yep.
there is. That's the
Obviously,
end.
obviously, the ones trying to talk little girls into becoming boys and boys into becoming girls, those are evil.
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 I say next week we should talk about, as far as end times, there's a lot of earthquakes and volcano eruptions that are
Oh, yeah,
happening.
Well, we'll
can
get
talk-
to that. Yes. And by the way, did we put the link on? Are we going to put the link to that video on?
It's in the more
You
section.
want revival's coming to this church. We got proof. This guy that look in the more section, look at the video right at the top. Listen to the whole thing. It's the same guy that prophesied about Trump's ear
Yeah.
was going to get shot. This is we know who this guy is. He's not this is for real. He's a big time prophet. He did it. We're going to put the YouTube on there. Watch it. It's concerning this church and this ministry. Check it out. It will blow your mind.
Yeah.
And as soon as he got done prophesying about the earthquakes and the volcanoes, the earthquake went in Russia, and now you got a volcano in Russia. This guy's spot on.
500 years it hasn't erupted.
I saw that. I thought it was still the same one.
Nope.
That's why I was like, eh.
It's a brand new
Gee, what a
one.
coincidence! 1 week after he does his prophecy,
Yeah.
you've got. So check
Birth
out
pains.
the video
Birth
in the more
pains for
section.
sure.
Check out listen to the whole thing, because it'll make you want to start coming to Living Word, because you'll know what's happening, right? And let me tell you something. I feel like I need to say this. If you don't make a way to go to church and show up in church, the Bible's very clear: forsake not the assembling of yourselves together.
Yep.
All right? All right? Let me tell you something. It's not important for you. All right? If you can't get there and you got to watch it online, okay. But if you can get there and you're watching it online, I think it just says it's not very, very important on your important list. That's what I think. All right? Have a great weekend.
Yes, and don't forget to check out the Final Hour Israel tour, February 2nd through the 13th.
And
Details
next week,
below.
we will be, we'll be downloading or uploading back to our normal time, which is, Linnea calls it Friday midnight. I call it Thursday midnight. It's midnight between Thursday and Friday. How about that?
Thursday night, Friday morning.
I was gonna
That
try and
midnight.
find a word that connected them, but then you got
Thank
day.
you for tuning in. Thank you for tuning in.
Friday.
You need to start going to church. You need to show up in church.
Third day.
Show up in church. Forsake not the assembling of yourselves together. If you are able to get to church and you can't, then what that shows, and then what shows the Lord, it's just not quite important enough to you. Sorry. God bless you. There's no condemnation in Jesus.